This is part of the series of tutorials that provide an overview of the Infinity ANALYZE capabilities and features. In this lesson, we'll be taking a look at calibration and presets. Many applications require that accurate measurements are taken on microscope samples. This requires that a reference be retained between the objective and the application software in use. In this tutorial, we cover the steps involved in performing a calibration, how to save the calibrations to a preset, and how to configure and use presets for multiple objectives. The process of calibrating the application software with the camera and microscope begins with either a stage micrometer or with an object of known dimensions being placed in the camera field of view. Adjust the focus on the microscope so the scale reference is in clear view. It's useful to understand the fit to window feature of the Infinity ANALYZE. By default, ANALYZE operates with the fit to window enabled, meaning that the entire camera sensor field of view is scaled to fit in the preview window on the monitor. The full-size image is downsized to enable the entire field of view to be seen. If the fit to window option is disabled, the output from the camera sensor is adjusted to deliver an area equal in size to the window dimensions of the monitor, with a reference of 1 pixel on the camera being displayed as 1 pixel on the monitor. Whenever fit to window is disabled, scroll bars are displayed on the right-hand side and on the bottom of the live preview. The live preview window typically delivers frames at a faster rate when fit to window is disabled, making the application more responsive to focus adjustments and also making it easier to see when a sharply focused image has been obtained. The use of fit to window can also be applied to captured images to provide a one-to-one display scale for an area of the image. We recommend turning off the fit to window option on a captured image that is about to be used for calibration. Now let's go through those steps. We begin by verifying the capture options are set correctly for our image capture. Ensure that the capture full field of view option is enabled and preview captured image prior to capturing a frame. Click the capture icon to capture an image. The Infinity ANALYZE display is adjusted to show both the captured image and the live preview image. The live preview image, we had disabled the fit to window, and so it's displayed at a higher scale. Now we're going to use the same functionality on the view menu to disable the fit to window in the captured image. Next we go to the Measure menu and select the Calibrate option. The display cursor now changes on the screen to a crosshair with a ruler displayed. Move to one end of the reference object and click and release the left mouse button. A rubber band graphic is now displayed behind the cursor position as you move the cursor across the screen. Position the mouse at the desired location at the end of your measurement. Click the left mouse button a second time. If necessary, during the digitization process, you can move the mouse down to the scroll bars on the bottom or right-hand side of the screen to pan your image. A dialog is now displayed prompting for input. Begin by entering the exact length of the line that was just digitized. In our example, we have just entered a length of 400 microns. Once the digitized length has been entered, specify the magnification for the objective that's in use. In this case, a 10x objective. The purpose of this magnification value is that it will appear in the status bar whenever this calibration is active as a reminder of which objective it applies to. If you plan to take all your measurements in microns and you're calibrating with a micron scale, the steps are now complete and you can click the OK button. If you want to work in units other than microns, for example, millimeters, all you need to do is enter the abbreviation that you want to use for the units you're working with, and then train ANALYZE as to how many microns apply to one of your units. For the example of millimeters, 1000 microns is in 1 millimeter. If you want to work in inches, put in the desired abbreviations you want for inches, and then specify a value of 25,400 microns, because that's the conversion between microns and inches. In our case, we're working in microns, so I'm going to return to the original settings and click OK. Now that the calibration step is complete, let's test the calibration to ensure it's accurate. Dragging a sample line over our micrometer scale shows that we digitize the length equivalent to what we calibrated at. The next step is to save this calibration as a preset. Go up to the Capture Control menu and click on the Add button. A preset name dialog box is immediately displayed. ANALYZE uses the concept of saved presets to store the calibration data. Once a calibration has been performed, it will remain active until replaced by another calibration. But if we want to return to this calibration at a later time, we should save it as a preset. We recommend that the objective be included as part of the preset name so that you can easily reference them when you need them at a later time when switching between different objectives. You can add whatever other characters you want to that name and then click OK to save it. The new preset is added to the list of presets that are stored in ANALYZE. And to store presets for other magnifications, we simply need to repeat the process of going through the calibration at a different objective and then adding it to the list of presets. If necessary, you can remove presets or you can update them at any time. I'm going to take a look at the View menu and go to Status Bar. By enabling the status bar, it comes on the bottom of the display, and you see that the numeric value that we entered as part of the calibration step is displayed in the third field from the right. Whenever a calibration is active, this box will display the numeric value that was entered at the time the calibration was saved. This calibration image is no longer required, and it's not necessary to save it. The calibration data is stored with the preset. I'll go back to our live preview, still showing our stage micrometer. Disable the Fit to Windows so we can see the full field of view and capture another image. In this image, I'm going to go to the Measure menu and take a point-to-point measurement across a longer distance. You'll notice that the length is displayed in a text box that appears. Refer to a subsequent video on adjusting the measurement options and the display of the annotation text that goes with the measurements. Every image captured from Infinity ANALYZE will be ready for use with the measurement functions based on the calibration that was active when that image was captured. To be able to return to an image once it's been captured and saved, and to be able to take further measurements, it's important to know that the image should be saved in ANALYZE's native .sif format, or store the image directly within the ANALYZE database. ANALYZE provides the capability to save images in any standard image format such as TIFF, JPEG, or bitmap, but these file formats do not have provision for storing calibration data in their headers. That concludes our lesson on calibration and presets. Be sure to check out some of the other videos in the series for details on other camera settings and ANALYZE functions.